Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are just doing a casual video. It's gonna be my eyeshadow palette decluttered part 2. I did this like a while ago and I just posted it last month. But that that declutter had been filmed like months and months before that. So my eyeshadow palette collection has gotten out of hand, I will admit that. And I just wasn't reaching for them because the drawers over here that I keep them in were just overflowing, so I wasn't even reaching in there to get my palettes. I would just keep some on my desk here and use those, and I wasn't really using any other palettes just because my drawers were freaking a mess. So I think that made me realize, like, Victoria, you need to let some things go. So I am decluttering more eyeshadow palettes, even though I love them so much and I love eyeshadows, but it was counterproductive to me to have them and not use them. So I think now that I've decluttered and organized them a lot better, and I will be keeping them in these drawers. I will not keep any out except for like my larger palettes and that don't necessarily fit in there, and even those I'm considering putting in those drawers just because I made room for more palettes to fit. So yeah, like I said, it's gone out of hand. I really needed to organize and declutter the things that I wasn't using so that I would use more of my eyeshadow palettes in my collection. So if you want to see what I got rid of and what I kept, just go ahead and stay tuned. Again, there are some palettes that I'm keeping just for collector's sake. And don't judge me, okay? Because I can't let them go. Maybe one day I can, but right now, no. So like I said, there's certain palettes that I never used since that last video. So, and mind you, that last video was filmed like probably in March. So yeah, things have gotten crazier and I've accumulated more palettes. I have more palettes coming my way because I keep ordering them. But yeah, so yes, like I said, if you want to see what I kept and what I got rid of, just stay tuned. Alright, so now we're doing a declutter part 2 because if you look in my drawer, I cannot fit all my eyeshadows in here. So we're going to take these all out and then try to like get rid of some so I can actually fit these more in there because yikes. Alright. Okay, like I said in my last eyeshadow declutter, eyeshadows are my favorite thing, so that's why I have so many of them. So, but I cannot fit them. Let me show you my second drawer. This too is a mess. So I'm going to take all of them out and see if I can reorganize all my shadows, try to make them fit because they're just like crammed in here and it's not working out. So okay, so I'm going to be keeping this Smashbox Cover Shot palette, which looks like this. So that's going to stay. I am going to, for now, keep this ColourPop 6-pan palette. This is in the palette pretty much. I'm going to keep also this Creme Brulee palette from Ross. I just got this. So keep that. This is the Ace Beauté Grandiose palette. I like this. I'm keeping that. Of course, I'm going to keep my Pat McGrath palette because I love this. This is the one of the Milani newer eyeshadow palettes, the Bold Obsessions, like that. I will be keeping that. This is the Crown Glam Metals, and I was keeping this because I didn't have anything really like this, but I think I'm going to let this one go. Next is this Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. I don't think I even really used this palette. I mean, you can see right there. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. Next is this ColourPop Cute AF palette. I am on the fence about this. I love the ColourPop shadow palettes, but I just have so many, so I'm going to keep that in the maybe. Let's make some room up here so I can put the maybe palettes are going to go up there. This is another ColourPop shadow palette called Element of Surprise. I've not used this and I don't think I'm going to, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. This is It's My Rary and BH Cosmetics palette. I'm keeping this. I love the face shades and I love the shadows in here. It looks like that, so I will be keeping that. Let's go like that. This is the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. One of the few Morphe palettes that I have still. I'm gonna put this in the maybe. This is the Ciate and Chloe Morella palette, and I think I'm gonna pass this one along. I'm gonna put it in the maybe. This is the Pure Cosmetics Sword Diaries. I'm gonna keep this. Of course, I'm keeping this. This is an Natasha Denona Sunset palette. Love this. Another oldie but a goodie, the Naked 3 palette. We'll be keeping this. All my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that are right here. I think I'm missing a palette, but I don't know where it's at. So, but I have Sultry, Soft Glam, Modern Renaissance. I'm missing Norvina and Norvina. Oh, Norvina. So I will be keeping that one. I also have the Prism palette, and I was keeping it because I did like the shades in here, but I have not really used it. And since now I have Sultry, I'm going to go ahead and pass this one. This I'm not getting rid of. This is a Pop Beauty Twinkle Texture Link Brilliance. I love these glitter shadows right here. They're awesome. They're so pretty and they stay on. So give me that one. This is Makeup Forever 9. What is this one? This is the Artist 1 palette. Only Makeup Forever shadows that I have. Hey, there I am. So I will be keeping this. Oopsie. The Persona palette looks like this. And I will be keeping this one as well. I will be keeping the Perception, the Shayla and ColourPop palettes. Keeping that. This is the Royal Affair by BH Cosmetics. I haven't used it too much, but I do like it. So I will be keeping this one. Obviously, they're not going to all fit in here, so this is a newer one, Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I haven't really used this, so I'm going to keep it just to use and see. This is the Pure Visionary palette. I kept this last time, and I still haven't used it, so I will be getting rid of this. This Bad Habit After Party palette, I also will be getting rid of this just because I like it and it's nice, but I'm trying to be cutthroat. So this Revelation Makeup palette, this is newer. This is the Jewel Collection Opulent. Looks like this. These appear cream shadows, and obviously I've been using it, so I will be keeping this. This is the Winky Lux Coffee palette. It looks like this, and I do use this one a lot. And this is the Winky Lux Kitten palette, which looks like this. I have not used it since the last declutter, so I am going to declutter this one. This is the Tartelette Toasted palette. Looks like that. I'm going to keep this. I will keep the Tartelette in Bloom because I really like this one too. I just got this. This is a Shan XO, the Remix palette by BH, like this. Like this, so I will be keeping that. This is the Mixer Shadow. So these are from M Cosmetics, which is a UK brand, and then these two are from Color Rain. So I will be keeping these. Love this. This is the Karuchi and ColourPop collab, like the third round, I think, and this is the Brown Sugar palette, which looks like that. And this is where we have a problem. Where I have a problem is that look at these two palettes. they're very, very similar, and I don't need both, but I can't decide which one to get rid of, so I'm gonna keep both. This is the Jouer Essential Matte Shimmer Eyeshadow Palette. Come on. Again, I do like these, but I have a lot of palettes, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. This is one of my favorite color pops, the She by Carucci, so I'm keeping this, obviously. I will also be keeping ColourPop I Think I Love You, which looks like that. I'm gonna go through these quick because I'm not getting rid of it. This is the Gingerbread palette I will be keeping. Bon Bon palette I will be keeping. My Lorac one. This is Lorac 4. My Naked Cherry I'm keeping. This is my Bandits. Bandits barking. This is the BH Cosmetics and Mrs. Bella, the Dark Side palette. Looks like this. I really like it. I'm keeping this. And then I have the Dominique Cosmetic Latte palette, which looks like that, and I'm keeping this. Alright, now I have some on the floor, so we'll go with those ones. First up is my own palette. This is, I think these are Luxie Beauty. Yes, these are Luxie Beauty shadows, which is like that, and I do like this, so I will be keeping this. This is the Hidden Treasures palette by Just the Colors. I will be keeping this. This is the BH Cosmetics Aurora Lights palette, and I'm always going to keep this because I went to the launch for this. It was kind of first, like, you know, brand deal thing that I did, so I want to keep this. Plus, all these colors are amazing. This is the OPB Umoja palette, and I'm keeping this. We're not doing that well. I will be keeping my Violet Boss Holy Grail palette, my Lorac Pro 2, and my Lorac Pro 3. We'll keep this Lorac Unzipped palette. This is the original Unzipped. It looks like this. These shadows are not the same as the shadows in their Pro palettes. They're harder packed and they don't have much fallout. So I'll keep that. This is just like a collectible styling. This is a Disney Mickey Mouse palette. I got it at Target. It looks like this. I mean, it looks nice, but I really just like it for Mickey Mouse. This is my Lorac 2 palette, which right? Is this 2? Yes, 2. Which it should be with the other ones, but it wouldn't fit, so that's why it's kind of hanging out by itself. Oh, just like this one, this is Lorac 3, which looks like this, which is a nice everyday palette, so I'm keeping that. Okay. This Michelle and Ulta palette, I really like it, but it's bulky, it takes up a lot of space, so I'm gonna declutter. This is another palette that I didn't use since the last color, and it's the Pixie and Judy Time palette, but I just have never used it, so I'm going to pass it along. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes, the Queen of Hearts palette by Color Rain. Keeping that. ColourPop State of Mind palette. I still have not used this palette, but I want to keep it because it has a lot of shimmers in it, and I need to. So I'll keep that. This is the BH Cosmetics Glam Reflection palette. If I'm going to let a BH Cosmetic palette go, I think I'm going to let this one go. Even though I really like it. And I want to buy all the other ones. And then this is just like a magnetic palette of Shotless Eyeshadows. And blushes, bronzers, highlights. So I'm going to be keeping that. Okay, I don't know. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get rid of the Cute AF palette, the Chloe Morella palette, and the Kathleen and Morphe palettes. Just because, oh, I forgot this palette. The Skinny Dip palette by Jouer. So it looks like this. I will be keeping this because these are awesome. So let's see if I could put them all back and they all fit. Oh crap. Alright, so this is the finished product. Alright, so that's the one product. Also on top of this, I have this thingy here. Oopsies. Hand down. I have this holder on top of my desk. So it just sits on top there. So I have the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis. I love this. Specifically for these highlights here. So that stays. My Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which is dirty because I use it quite often, but we all know what that looks like. That's staying. This is a Z palette full of just different eyeshadows, which I like to take traveling, so keeping that. Okay. Okay, calm down. My Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I haven't used this in a while. I forgot this was up here. I think put this in a drawer. Yes. Then I have my BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. To be honest, I don't really use this palette, so I'm gonna pass this along. And then I have my BH Cosmetics Nouveau Neutrals. I can't open it. Come on now. Which looks like this, and this again just has your standard colors. These are blushes down here, and I really like these. And then all these other easy forms with books. So can I put them like that? I can't put the chocolate milk like that, but since and I keep these up here just because they are larger palettes that like don't necessarily will fit well in my drawer, so they just stay up here. Things are just falling. And then I also have some new palettes that I want to try out. So I have this J-Cat Beauty one. I'm not putting these in the drawers yet because I want to try them before I add them to my collection or pass them along. This Catrice Nude palette I want to try. And then this e.l.f. palette, the Modern Metals palette. I probably should just add this to my collection because I know I'm probably going to like this and keep it. So. And then, what is this? Oh, this is highlighters. Should be in the highlight drawer, which, I mean, I don't want to show my highlight drawer because since the last declutter it's also become crazy, but we'll just do a quick glance. Oh, Lord. Yeah, so that's my highlight drawer. Put that in there. Need some help too, but close that. So the last thing I'm going to show you is these shadows that I keep in my little drawer, acrylic drawer on my desk. And I think I put that declutter up, but since then, of course, I've gotten some new shadows. So I already decluttered this, so I'll just go and show you what's in here now. Same stuff. I have now the Marc Jacobs, what is this? Fantasine Iconic Shadow. This was a limited edition one. It's like that. Love that. I have an ABH for a quad that I built myself. I have the Viseart Minx palette, and then I have the newer one, which is the Siren palette. I have the Tarteist Pro To Go palette. I use this all the time, so yes. Then I have my Huda Beauty palette. So I have Topaz Obsessions, I have Mauve Obsessions, and then I have Ruby Obsessions. Love those. I have my Maybelline The City Mini palette by Makeup by Sheila partnership. I have the Patrick Star matte collection. I really like these, so keep those. This is a Dose of Colors in Katie and Desi collab. This, I love the packaging. I don't use it. I think that I'm gonna declutter this. And then I have my Tula Rock Pro Matte minis in here still, of course. I got this little Koki palette. It's the palette in Unearth, and I think these shadows work really well, and I like the look I did with it, so I'm keeping that. Then my Physicians Formula. This is a limited edition packaging. This is the purple one. Actually, I think I'm going to declutter this. I don't know. And then these are ColourPop shadows that I depotted and put in this little quad thing. So obviously I use that, so I'm keeping that. And then I have this ColourPop and Ava Tuwowski, I don't know how to say her name, collab. I can't open it. Oh, I think that looks like that. Again, like that. Like these two together are like the perfect match. So my Natasha Denona number 5 palette and number 2. I don't think I want to purchase the mini one. There's a new mini one. I can't think of what it's called. I want to purchase that one. And then I have my Dose of Colors, Sassy Siennas, Blushing Berries, and Baked Browns. I kind of want to get the Pretty Cool one, but I'm going to refrain because I have the Sultry palette, which is Cool Tone. So yeah, that is all. I'm pretty sure that's all my eyeshadow palettes. Yes, that's all my eyeshadow palettes. If you have any questions about any of the palettes, oops, I'm shaking you, any of the palettes that I showed, just let me know, and I'll see you next time. Bye.